We start off straight away. Check. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Divine Mother, hold our hand, guide us from what is not real to real, from darkness of ignorance to wisdom of light, from death to immortality. Oh Mother, whatever we speak, whatever we listen, whatever we reflect, make it a source of wisdom and knowledge so that we transform ourselves. And once we transformed, we become the touchstone and we spread this word to each and every one and give them that gift which is missing in most. Jay. You know, I was just thinking, we used to fly, and if there is a little bit of cloud, not absolutely clear sky, but if it is a little bit of cloud, like today, you know, when you're flying, you will suddenly see, and particularly if you're not flying straight like that, but in a circle, you're doing what is called a turn. You're turning around. And when you're doing a turn, you will certainly find that like the Jesus Christ cross, exactly like that. And it has got a name because many people before me have seen it. Not in the Indian Air Force that I have known. I didn't meet, I think excepting for one more who had seen. It's called Saint, like a saint, Saint Elmo's Fire. Saint Elmo's Fire is that flying cross. Other pilots have written about it. It's called flying cross. That cross is flying with you and glowing. And it always tells you that you're never alone. You're always with someone. Somebody is always there. See, the Divine Mother's hands are always there. But you and I, because we got isolated with our body and name and form, there is one very famous saint, his name is Vachaspati, must have heard his name. He's 1,000 years before. He's saying, I sit today. Vachaspati is a very great Vedantist, Advaita Vedantist, and he wrote strong commentary on Shankaracharya's commentary. Strong commentary in the sense, not criticizing it, but elaborating it. They call them Karika in the ancient Sanskrit way. And he's saying, today I sit with my grandson on my lap, a baby, and I see that baby and me. I am 78 years of age and my baby is on my lap, this grandson. And he says, I remember when I was like this baby, I used to sit on my grandfather's lap. He's saying, how come? How come? Understand? When I was a baby, I used to sit on grandfather's lap, and I'm remembering it now. And now, I am like the grandfather, I am the grandfather, and I have my grandson on my lap. He's saying, how come? Understand it? How come? I am the same when I was a baby, and I am the same now. How can it be? Changing body, changing mind. Baby's mind, what was it? And how is it now? He's such a learned person now. Changing and unchanging. I always fondly, respectfully remember Sir He comes from a place, I don't know if you're aware, sir. It's called Devalaya. You know that? Your land is called Devalaya, the state where he's coming from. In the God's place. And he's Vachaspati is talking about that in this Devalaya, we have forgotten that who we really are. In Devalaya, one sant, one saint, monk, he's saying in Hindi, Nitya or Anitya ke andar koi sambandh nahi hai. Meaning, impermanent and permanent has no relationship. You cannot be the same. Impermanent and permanent. What does it mean? Sounds a little vague. Actually, these in the Vedanta, and it's called Nyaya Shastra. It was difficult. Swami Vivekananda, such an enlightened and intellectual person, he says, if you study Nyaya Shastra, your head will start swimming. It is so strong logic. He says that Nyaya Shastra is talking about Nitya and Anitya ke andar koi sambandh nahi hai. Meaning what? Just think. Welcome. What does it mean? Imagine somebody is running past you. That is what? Changing. No, he's running past. So he's changing his position, his speed, and he's going past you. And if you catch hold of him, you are stationary. You are Nitya, present. Anitya is changing continuously. If you catch hold of him, beautiful analogy in the Vedanta. He said, either you will move with him or he will become Nitya. You cannot have sambandh, meaning it cannot be the same. It cannot be one. The same way, I as a grandfather, Vachaspati, 1,000 years old logic, imagine in India, I had my grandson on my lap today. I have. I know this is me. I'm the grandfather today. 78 years of age, Vachaspati is writing. And when I was a baby like this, I remember I used to sit on my grandfather's lap. How can I be the same? Body is changing. The I and that body, we say what? Who are you? The basic journey of the Vedanta is to discover who is this me? And why is this search? This search is primarily to discover the divinity within. Why should I discover? You're okay, eating, sleeping, having fun, partying. Because you're missing the boat. What is the missing the boat? The essence of the human life. Supposing I don't go to school, I don't go to college, I don't read anything, I don't listen to anyone, I don't sit still. You know, in the physics classes and all, supposing it's a very serious topic, very serious formula. And the teacher asks, after writing down, she asks you, she's explained. And then she asks you, so did you understand it? Naturally, teacher would like you to understand it. That's what is his job. And you say, actually, I didn't understand it. But I know you are great. I believe in you. What would the teacher say? He'll say, you monkey. It's very nice you believe in me. But listen, I don't want you to believe in me. I want you to understand it and make it your own. And this is what is called the divinity within. Swami Vivekananda, when he, all around his life, and particularly in Western world, when he started off, he said, in my whole life, if I had to condense my whole life in just 2 sentences, imagine, 39 years of age, he left his body and he shook up the world. In Western world today, There is one book right on my right hand top, just below the light, is American Veda. This American Veda is Philip Goldberg. He's writing about that the America is become Veda now, Vedanta Veda. And we Indians have forgotten about Veda. And Philip Goldberg is writing about the American Veda, in which he's saying the whole America has changed. The philosophy has changed. From the time Swami Vivekananda came and brought so-called yoga. Times, there was one Om written, Times magazine, the front page, long time back. Must be 2.5 years back. Om, and then Vivekananda's picture, the person who brought yoga to America. Whole America's changed. And who's talking about? Great scientists, philosophers today. Yes, ma'am. American Veda, Philip Goldberg. The whole book is dedicated in saying that how Vivekananda has transformed the whole American way of thinking. And he goes ahead and says, Swami Vivekananda's first book he wrote is the translation of Patanjali Yoga Sutra into American English. In other words, English for the Americans to understand. It's not the flow like American English, for the American boys and girls to understand, and they adult. And then he wrote Jnana Yoga, which we are talking about, and then Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. These four. And Philip Goldberg is saying, it will be very nice if the American youth, boys and girls, carry them in their pocket. Meaning, you should always refer to it. This, how powerful influence that Harvard University, NYU, New York University, David Chalmers, Ned Block, they're all studying. Even Thompson, I showed you all, shared with you that book. Waking, Dreaming, Being is the name of the book. It's there. I'll share with you all if you like to have a look at it. It's a thick book. He's talking about Mandakya Upanishad. Who is he? Head of the philosophy department of British Columbia University in Canada. So my feeling of sadness is today that the whole world is talking about it. China is talking about it. Japan is talking about it. The other day I showed you all the Japan scientist who's written about I was talking about Rajesh. Rajesh has written about that quantum mechanics, and he's talking about the relationship between quantum mechanics and Vedanta and string theory. And they say they're all footsteps. String theory is supposed to be the latest of the Western science. He said, this is nothing. You should watch Vedanta. The Japanese scientist who's writing about this book, Ichiko Kaku, he's saying, and strangely, Eliot, famous poet, he's also saying the same statement. What? When the Western philosophers, scientists and poets have finished writing and saying whatever they have to, that time Vedanta starts talking. Ashtavakra starts talking. Meaning their language is so far ahead. That is Ashtavakra's language. Is what? Vivekananda's entire life summarized in 2 sentences in that sentence. What is it? Discover and establish the divinity within. Why should I do it? We all want success, no? We don't want suffering. And whatever comes to our mind, we want it. That's why I'm working hard. Whether it is a perfect relationship, money, or a name, fame, appreciation, acceptance by the people. or having a perfect health, mental, physical health, not doddering around like that. All this becomes yours the moment you get connected to that wealth which is within you. Atmiyatikata dukshani vritti paramananda prapti, Upanishad's language. The moment you finish the suffering of within you, understand it, paramananda prapti, you will get the ultimate bliss. How do we do that? This is what we would love to do it, and this is what is the journey. Get connected to that divinity within, which tells you, like Bachaspati is saying, how can it be that I'm saying I was that baby, and how can it be I'm saying I'm the grandfather? My body has changed so much. So which one is I? Somebody will say, all of them. How can you be? Anitya, Nitya cannot be. Changing body, changing mind. What was the baby's mind and what is my mind now? Vachaspati is now highly intellectual, writing on Shankaracharya's his karikas, making commentary, very wide. How can it be? Changing and unchanging cannot be the one. And what is the second thing Vivekananda's? First is discover the divinity from within and establish it in every walk of life, in everything that you do, everywhere. And the journey is the path. So what is the path? Generally everywhere they will say, believe in God, think of God, pray to God. God will help you. God will give you everything. How do I do it? Have faith in God. The problem is today, all over the world, particularly youths, nobody believes in God. Maximum number of atheists in the world today, they don't believe in God. They like to be good people. They're good, honest people. They're kind. They take care of their husband, wife, children, parent, grandparent, poor, destitutes. They're doing all the good things, but we don't want God. Why? There's so much of warfare in the name of religion, in the name of God. Right now, I was just hearing from Rajat sir, there is Islam and Hindu, there is warfare started off again. Somebody made a funny comment, somebody saying not so. That is not what it's talking about. So how can you have faith? Christopher Hitchens, Sam Harris, Daniel Dennett, they're all real, militant atheists in the Western world today. They scatter you, smithering you with your things of faith. So they don't believe. But today, you talk to anybody, the first thing says, if God is there, then why can't I see God? Can you see God? Yes, you can. And look carefully, Swami Vivekananda, he started off with the same question. He went to church, he went to mosque, he went to everywhere, he asked him, have you seen God? Including his own British professor who used to teach him English in St. Xavier's College in Calcutta. They all looked at him strangely. No. He asked the same question to Paramahansa Ramakrishna. He says, yes, not only I can see him, I have seen him, I see him better than you, I see you. So what happened? Narendranath Datta became Swami Vivekananda. And thank God today the whole world is, the 1893, 11th September, the first talk by Vivekananda in Chicago World Conference brought India to the world map. You'll be surprised. Nobody knew about India. You'll be amazed to hear 1981, on my first visit to US, I was talking to a group of, by then I was, you can say about 15% to 20% of the spiritual beliefs, understanding and wisdom knowledge I had as of now. I was talking to them, they were asking questions, and you know what they said? And who are they? about 60-70% of them were Indian. Who are they? The Indians are saying, one of the Indians is telling me, he's an engineer. And he's working in one of the very big company. We all know the name. I'm forgetting the name. It'll come to me. He's saying, I know. And he has not been to India for 33 years, 32 or 33 years. He's living in America only. So how do they know about India? He knows about India, and he must be that time 35, 37. The young child had gone down there. He knows by what the American TV shows about India. He says, you all sleep on nails, no? Can you imagine? An Indian saying, we sleep on bed of nails. You know the poking nail, they show yogis lying down, nothing happened to me. And when you walk out of your house, you have to be very careful, because if you turn, maybe there is a tiger waiting. Just think, I am not going to America. I am not going to India. He said, why? No, those scorpions and those snakes. This is the picture of India. That India came up because of Vivekananda's talk. You remember in Switzerland, what was his name? Flo, no? Who was walking around with us, the travel agent. He's a travel agent from the government. He's a senior travel officer. I happened to get connected. I wrote to him and he became good friend. Mail only. I told him, why don't you come and meet me? So as we landed in Zurich, he came and met me. I was very happy. And he said, I have kept 2 days for you. Wherever you go, I'll be with you. So we took care of him. And I told him at the end, why don't you come to India? He did like this. I said, why? He said, I'm scared. I said, why? Robbin, too many people. I'm scared of people. In Zurich, mind you, he said, we want to read Chinese in Switzerland. So he said, come on, I'll show you where. We walked for almost 6, 7, 10 kilometers. We kept walking. On the way out, and when we came back to the hotel, I don't think we saw more than 3 or 4 people. Didn't see more than them. One young lady walking past, one couple walking past. That's all. So naturally he's scared. And it's Zurich, capital. Obviously he's scared of people. So that was the image of India. Vivekananda shook it up. And then when the newspaper is writing about Vivekananda, 1893, 94, 95, showing what? Americans, Britishers sitting at his feet and listening to him. And when these pictures came to India, because of what? This power of Vedanta. He says what? What is the second message? If only you know who you are. Discover who am I. 2 messages. If you do, your life is changed. I see today, I tell everybody, supposing you're going to Mumbai and you're going down the expressway, you're driving your car. You don't keep saying, I'm going to Mumbai. I have to go to Mumbai. I will reach Mumbai. Do you say that? No. But today in the spiritual journey, you and I say, I'm in this spiritual journey. I'm practicing meditation. I want to be one with God. Why do you have to say that? It is so. It will happen so. Just because you know this is the expressway, it will take me there. And why should I do it? Why should I go to Mumbai? Mumbai is what? I'm just giving an allegorical example. Is the journey where you will get what you want. What you want. Understanding the basic, those 2 simple things. Discover who you are. And once you discover it, establish that divinity, the divine power in every walk of life. So what do you see? You know, I'm going to Mumbai. I'm going to Taj Lands End. My friends are waiting. We're going to have lunch together. You know it. You're absolutely sure, clear. You're not keep on visualizing that. In our life journey today, whether it is for an examination assessment, it is for the MRP 5 or an DP2, and I want to be a world topper, you just plant the seed, visualize it, and forget about it. Why forget about it? Plant it and forget. Like Mumbai. I'm going to Mumbai. That's how I am. I will. Where else can I go? A signboard comes up. Tire burst cause injury to health. And you said, oh my God, I hope I don't get a tire burst. Who's asking you? It's just a suggestion there. There'll be a lot of people who will come in your life and who will give you suggestions like that. No, but how would you do it? So many people are trying to put doubts in your mind. Just smile. I will. Does somebody has to tell you that you're a boy? Why not? You know you're a boy, right? How do you know that? Think, understand. How would you know? How do you know I'm a girl, I'm a boy? Say. You just know it, right? You just know right now that you're sitting in this room in front of Babaji, Divine Mother, and all of us together. Because why? Because you're experiencing it. And you know it. You just know it. Nobody has to tell you. In our school days, we used to be told, Gada, Bandar, Nobody has to tell you you're a human child. Of course I am. Why does somebody has to tell you you'll have to score 56 out of 56? Why? Because we see so many failure rates. So many don't. So what? Why does somebody has to tell you I'll score 45 out of 45? I will. I will. Whatever I choose and decide, and once I'm connected with that power from within. There's a beautiful story of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, very simple story. He gives this essential truth. I'll tell you 2-3 of them, very small ones. You know, have you seen camels? Camels in the desert land, wherever. If you driving down Rajasthan, you must have done lots of drive-through. You will see the camels are eating from, they call it bobble tree. It's filled with such big thorns. You know, if this much of area must be having hundreds of thorns. Very dangerous. And you know, I used to go for partridge, hunting partridge. Those days, in the Air Force days. And the partridges had a way, they would go down and hide behind those trees. So nobody can go down and catch them. And camel will go and eat that. The Paramahamsa Ramakrishna is saying, you put a camel on a lovely, lush, green field, grass. It's their ideal food. Unlike the goat, cows and sheep, the camel will not eat it. Camel will go and eat those thorns. And mind you, when it's eating, the thorn is cutting its cheek, tongue, and bleeding away. Camel is relishing it. And Paramahamsa Ramakrishna is saying, we, you and I, we know that if I do this thing, it's not good. I'm already knowing about it, but I'll still do it. If I think like this, it's not good. Let's say, I told you Holy Mother Sharda says in Bengali, Onner dosh dekhbe na. Don't see fault of others. Never. See the strength in others. However bad they are, your worst enemy. Don't see the fault. What do? Why are you noticing that fault? Let's say a very bad husband, very bad wife, very bad friend, very bad neighbor. Don't look at their fault. See the strength in them and You are noticing it by default. You're supposed to be changing it. That's why you got connected. By the divine law, you get connected because you're supposed to change it. That's why you are there. Look at it that perspective. For which, what do you require? One of the essential characteristics of spiritual world is called spiritual fortitude. Titiksha. I'm not going to give up. I will not deter. This is my track. I am going to Mumbai. I will get 56 out of 56. Of course I'll get. Whenever the thought comes, 45. Too difficult. The guys who got it today in our school. I remember the first time I was having discussions with them about 2.5 months before, Tanishka, I was talking to them. They were about 15, 16. I generally talk 7,500 kids, but not more than 15, 16. I was asking, so how much are you all going to score? So 56, they said, it's a 48, and like that. 48 meaning, no? Firstly, they won't commit. How much? They're all laughing, giggling. Sir, we are working very hard. I said, I know you're working hard, but how much? Tell me how much. Eventually, out of respect, they said 48. Somebody said 42, 38, 40. So I said a little loudly, why is nobody saying 56? They said 56? So, not possible. I said, why? Sir, board exam. 5,400 schools in the world, IB school. 5 to 6 lakh students in the world. In our little school, 50, 70, 100 kids. I can't become first. How can I be first in the world? So what is it? You already stamped yourself. You can't. Where success comes in, can. That juice can, fruit can. What is that can? I can. Just say it, blunt it. I can. What? Anything. And this is the power of getting connected with that divinity within, which says what? Think for a second. Our mind has got trouble. We get angry. We get sad. We feel hurt. We feel joy. We feel encouragement. We feel appreciation. But your mind can't do anything unless you're conscious. If I am unconscious, if I am in deep sleep, if I am in coma, I can't experience my mind. Yeah? Is the mind saying, can I do 56? Yes, mind is saying, how can I do 56? I don't understand maths. I'm poor in foreign language. I am not so good in TOK. Mind is saying. Is the consciousness saying so? Is the consciousness saying, and who is this making the mind work? The consciousness. Who am I? I am the consciousness. Sat Chit Ananda. And this is what the Western world is talking about today. Whether it is motivational speech, or it is personal development, or it is philosophy class, Harvard University, Divinity School. Just imagine, Harvard University Divinity School. It is called HDS in brief, Harvard Divinity School. It's talking just this. We have forgotten the language. So our intention is, first is faith, doesn't work. Why? Skepticism, doubt, I have to see it. Second path, how do I do it? How do I attain it? Is experience. Show it to me, then I'll believe you. But there is a problem in that too. Imagine, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna is seeing Mother Kali, right? Everybody else around him is very respectfully standing and doing like this, and a lot of respect for him. But are they experiencing Mother Kali? No. They are seeing somebody experiencing it. And the neurophysicians in the Western world will say, we have no doubt that you are experiencing, that you are one with the divinity, you are one with the world. Today's topic is the divinity within and oneness. We are not separate. We have a separate body, separate mind. But that one consciousness, the moment you feel oneness, how can you be separate from me? Yes, your body, your mind is separate. Yes, you speak different, you speak rude, you speak loving, more caring than me. But we still are not separate. And that closeness, you will see the mother and a child, father and a child comes in very close to it. But as the child grows up, suddenly they start drifting away. Mind is maturing now. So, wall is being created between the two. This appreciation of experience, there is a problem. That problem is, it is not, in Sanskrit called Sarva Janin, meaning not everybody experiencing it. But look carefully, right now, is cool air, coolness in the room, not the heat outside, or talking and seeing the picture, or being aware that all of us are together and listening and talking about Vedanta. It's an experience everybody is having at the same time. You don't have to prove it. Think, let's say you go back and your friends ask you, so did you attend this Sunday talk? Ghosh Sir's talk? You say, yes. Who else was there? My father was there. How do you know? You say, I know. My father was there with me. I saw him. So what is it? I saw him. So he asked you, were you there? You said, of course, I was there. How do you know it? That's what I asked you. How do you know you're a boy? It's the same analogy. How do you know you were there? How do you know? Think. It's not complicated. It is your consciousness, Chaitana, awareness, which tells you, I was there. You don't have to show that electronic counter. My eye scanner will tell you I was present. Or registry, my name and signature is there. You don't say that. You say, of course I was there. Hey, come on, I was there. No doubt. I am 56. No doubt. I will attain my goal. No doubt. It looks very bad. Picture is grim. So what? I am born to change it. You with me? How is this happening? How is the language changing? The other people say, me, I am not so strong. I am not good. What is Vedanta saying? Hold your collar and pull your neck. And be our back straight and say, I am the lion and the tiger. Have you noticed? Tigers and lions, they kill, they eat a little bit and leave it and go away. They don't carry it and put it in the deep freezer or in their cave. When I come back at night, I will have it. They don't do that. Why? Think why? Deep meaning. You know why? They have no doubt. When I want next time, it will be there. Just like Reem. Does he have any doubt when I need my food, it is there? It will be there. He has no doubt. You and I have doubt. Think. Rajat sir with Reem is going to America. Will Reem, supposing he started talking, okay, 1.5, 18 months, 2 years of age. Will he say, Dad, you have to put $10 in my pocket? Dad will say, why? Suppose you are not there with me and I need milk, how will I buy? I need $10, no? I come. You understand? So, did you understand Karma Yoga?
Yeah, I'm reading the script.
Okay, I'll give you another something. I wanted to see how much you're taking on. Good that you come. You're in for something else. Beautiful. So, good mommy, good daddy. So, what is it? Champion Reem, 15, 20 months of age is not going to say, Dad, don't forget to put $10 in my pocket. We are going to America, no? And supposing we get separated in the airport, how will I buy my milk? He has no doubt. The lion and the tiger has no doubt. Why do you have doubt? Can I get 56 out of 56? Do you have a doubt that you're a girl? How can you have doubt that I cannot be 56 out of 56? Same. Knowingness. What is it? I am a human child. You and I were called Gadha, Bandar, Chua, what all we were called. Did you become Gadha, Bandar, Chua? No. And in fact, I remember my teacher, I did something nasty. I used to be very mischievous. Very mischievous. I remember Anil sir. He was very fond of me. Very fond of me. I used to become the class monitor also. But whenever I did something, he would punish me. And what are the punishments? Stand on the bench. I used to stand up. And just to tease me, he'll come down and stand in front of me. Naturally, I'm standing, I'm taller than him. Though I must be 10, 11, 12 years of age. He'll come in front of me and he will smock at me and he'll look at everyone. Look how tall Robbin is. And I used to say, I'll show you. I'll show you one day. And just like most, you are very lucky that you're an IB. We didn't have any interest in study. We were intelligent, we were good, like all of us. We did moderately well. Within the first 1, 2, 3 intelligent people, we were okay. And those who studied, without studying, we did okay, good. Parents were happy, he's doing okay. How's he doing? Studies, okay. Sports, okay. 10th standard exam coming up for me. I wasn't studying at all. And those days, people used to study for 2 years to get 10th standard at first division. Unthinkable. In a whole school, maybe one will get first division. My mother got very worried. Why? Because 3 brothers ahead of me, they're all first division. And I wasn't studying, and they had studied. You know, Deepu Raman, Olympic badminton player. Mother keeps saying, Pado, Pado, Pado. I say, yes, Mama, don't worry, don't worry. Eventually, she gave up. She asked my elder brother, take him to that astrologer, find out what's going to happen to this guy. Imagine, 24 or 25 days to go for a final exam starting. Send me to an astrologer. Astrologer was a blind guy. I still remember him. They were all sitting on the floor with a little mattress. And we went, there were chairs. I was sitting on the chair. Brother was sitting on the chair. And gave him my horoscope. He's blind. So he gave it to his daughter. Daughter was a little older than you. She looked at it, read it out to him. So he was listening to it, and then brother, all 5-6 minutes gap, silent, nobody speaking. Elder brother Deepu leaned forward and asked, "Sir, what do you see?" You know what he did? He moved his hand like this. The brother said, "What?" He said, "He's going to fail." I got so angry. I got proud, no? And I was very good. In whatever it was, I was very good. But never focused to become that 56 out of 56. Never. Nobody told me, "Oh, Mookie, you can." And this was my message to you guys, you can. And you're watching how many are becoming now. Your purpose of journeying here to discover, which we covered already, 2 things. Discover the divinity within, that power within. You're not a body, you're not a boy, not a girl, you're something else. What do you think you don't know that? We are unconscious of our consciousness. You are unconscious that I have no shortage of what? Let's say money, a perfect relationship, a good intellect, a good memory, a good spiritual characteristic, kindness, love, generosity, fortitude. Whatever I touch, I'll turn it into a diamond. I will complete. No one can touch. No one can doubt it. You doubt it? I'll show you. Who doubts it? They will say, "But how? How will you do it?" You know, there are lots of people to say, have. That's why never share your dream excepting with mom and dad. Somebody who believes in it. Only share with them. They will reinforce it. Other people will smoke at it. So you know what? I came out. My brother came running out. Why did you come out? You're insulting him. Just imagine, he's 6 years older to me. I was so angry, fuming. I must have been 13, 14, appearing for 10th standard. I finished at 14 and a half, 14. Why did you come out? You insulted him. I said, what insult? These are my exact words. And 6 years elder to me. That's why I'm mentioning those days, even 1 year elder to you, the elder brother. You can't speak like that. I said, what insulting? I feel like slapping him. This is what Monkey said so. I was so bad. My brother said, what? Wait till I go and tell my mother. So I looked at him, fuming, raging eyes, and I said, I'll show you. You know, from that day, this fortitude, if it was there in me in that 10th standard, right from the beginning, I would be a world topper. That's why I say I'm jealous with you guys. Nobody told me, you're not a monkey, you're not a donkey, you can. Who can what? Anything. Just choose. And who doesn't want success? And this is what it means. Atmiyatikada dukkha nivrittis mahananda prapti. You will attain what? Bliss, happiness, joy. Meaning what? Whatever comes to my mind, I get it. A lion is not worried that I'm not going to get my meat. So he doesn't go after killing it. He doesn't put it into his cave or a deep freezer. What happens when I come back at night? Supposing I feel hungry, so I should have some. Have you realized something, sir? Monks in Himalaya, you know what they say? They're supposed to beg only once in a day and only 5 hours, 5 people. If they don't get anything, they're supposed to go hungry, fast the whole day. This is their law. Within 5 people, if somebody is given you. So they have a very nice saying. They say it like this in Nevalaya, his country, his state. They say, Kabhi ghee ghana, meaning rich with cow ghee, cooked food. Somebody must have made it for the monks. Kabhi muthi bhar chana. Sometimes you'll get only a fistful of God. And the last sentence goes to say, Kabhi wo bhi mana. They're saying, they will laugh and say, this is like, there is an old lady picking up wood on the Himalaya road to Badrinath. I heard it from a monk. This monk was sitting dejected on that roadside pavement. An old lady picking up wood must be going back to cook something. Evening, 4 o'clock, 4:30. You know, because of the mountain, it gets dark very fast. The sun is still there, but because of the hills, it goes down fast and it becomes very dark. Come. The lady is picking up, must be going back to cook her supper or something. So she sees this gentleman. She goes to him and said, "Dukh mein bhare hai. Kya baat hai, beta? Why are your face is so filled with grief?" He said, "I don't know, but I am full of sorrow." He said, "You look like you are in bondage." So the monk, he's already a monk. He didn't say anything. He said, "Of who are you thinking? About your wife?" He said, "No, my wife is no more." He said, "Then who are you thinking of? Your children?" He said, "No, they're all married, they're gone, they're not at home." He said, then who are you thinking of? Your property? He said, no, I sold them off. I gave the money off to the ashrams and all that and children. He said, what are you thinking of? Money? He said, no. The old lady says, what are you thinking of? He said, honestly, I don't know. This is what it means. Your mind is like a devil's tail is wagging all the time. Mind is the one who should tell you. You. 56. Yeah. Sure. Give that mind one slap and say, shut up. I'll chop off your tail. I'm going to show you. You know what? I told my elder brother, I'm going to show you. We had a big table tennis board, and which we had a big bungalow. And in the first floor, most of us used to stay there. And it was right in a big veranda, about this big veranda. French bungalow. It was right over there. And right opposite was the river Ganga flowing. Sun used to rise from there, facing east. I went and sat down, brought all my books and put it. I never studied. 25 days to go. I started studying. And I said, I'm going to show them. I didn't get up. Can you imagine what a monkey I was? I sat there till the exam got over. Where I'll go up to sleep like this, I'll not go to bed. My mother used to say, Beta, go and sleep for half an hour. I said, no. Poor mommy. At night, those days there was no coffee, She'll bring black tea and give it to me. Night, every 2 hours, half an hour, 1 hour, she'll come and say, supposing I've gone up to sleep, you'll be surprised. I was so mischievous. You know what was my nickname? My pet name, mother's name. I used to be called Bichu. And that's why when I look at you guys, I remember my day. I say, champion, wake up. You can do anything. So when I was talking to Tanishka and that group, Ananya, Tanishka, they just finished DP2. Just watch. Result is not out. Just watch. They will do 45 out of 45. And when I was speaking 8th standard, and I keep on talking to them every 15 days, 30 days, talk to them. The one day, I said, why aren't you all thinking of 56? I said, 56? It's not possible. 5 to 6 lakh students in the world, Switzerland, Germany, France, England, America, Canada, South Africa, big countries, Japan, China, South Korea, North Korea, Singapore, big school, big infrastructure, all the small schools. So, meaning, small infrastructure. How can we be perfect 56? I said, okay, why? So, we are working hard. We will do very well. I said, I have no doubt. Why not that perfect number? And this is what is the journey of this, what we are doing is the spiritual journey to understand who you think you are not that. You're something else. I will take you on onto that journey another 15, 20 minutes and then we'll start meditation, okay? I told them, supposing I should, what is the reason that you're saying? So we can do it, but we have to work really hard. I said, okay, then, so we don't want to work that hard. They're being very honest. We don't want to work that hard. We'll do very well, but not that hard. That hard is perfect. No mistake, not one mistake. Imagine 4,000 words English essay, not one mistake. Getting 100 out of 100 and 4,000, 8 out of 8. It's a real perfection. Sports, 100 out of 100, 8 out of 8. And talk about anything, whether foreign language or robotics, anything, academic subject. So I said, supposing I show you a way, without working hard, you will do it. Are you ready? How many of you are ready? Everybody's hand went up. I said, now what happened? Just now you were saying 38, 40, 42. So without working hard, no, we are ready. So I give them a very simple trick. I had a big A4 sheet folder in which lots of things were there. So I took out that and I said, write 5 and 6, 56. Bold letter, laminate it, make 12 to 15 copies and put it everywhere in your house. When you go to sleep, above your pillow. When you wake up, in front of your foot, take mommy's permission, I'm going to splatter your wall. In front of your toilet seat, 56. When you sit down and study, 56. When you sit down and eat, 56. When you chat with your friend, mobile, home screen, 56. Computer, home screen, 56. When you're going out of the house, 56. When you come back, 56. Your friends will ask you, what is this 56? Don't tell them. I'll tell you later. Now, most of the victorious kids know now. They did it. And when Tanishka actually did 56, so she came with her mother and father to thank me. So I had called the Times of India journalist also, senior education journalist. She comes and says, Tanishka, I'm 16 years with Times of India. I have never met a world topper till today in India. How did you do it? You know what Tanishka said? When I heard her, I said, wow, Robbin Ghosh, it works. You know what she said? She could have said, my parents supported me. My teachers are very good. My school is very good. She could have said, I worked very hard. She didn't say that. You know what she said? She said, my secret is I don't tell lies. And this is what I tell you guys. Hold on to the first thing. Hold on to truth. Satyameva jayate. Know who you are. While knowing who you are, continue to play the role that you're doing. You're a daughter, you're a son, you're a professional, you're a businessman, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a father, whatever you are, play that role. Undoubtedly. But just like a toothache, does somebody has to remind you got a toothache? Just like that. Don't forget, I'm going to win the match. Which match? It's a basketball. You're playing against Bishop, what is it called? What is it? Which is the other Ivy school? Not Indus, not Symbiosis. The other one who keeps holding they have a beautiful field, soccer field. Which is the one, Rajat?
Mercedes.
Not Mercedes. There was a Lonely side.
Indus.
No, not Indus. Lonely side is Vishwa, what is it?
Vishwashanti Gurukul.
Vishwashanti Gurukul. They have it. You're playing the match against them. You'll be surprised. We don't have a field like that. What they have 400-acre land. Sharad Pawar granted them. Mr. Karad, very nice gentleman. I'm jealous of that field, but we don't have it. But you'll be surprised, out of 275 odd medals, 193 medal came to our school. I used to send you guys all the way to Balewadi. Rajasthan knows about it. They used to go down there and practice, stay the whole day there, practice and come back. They work a little differently. So, holding on to that essence and proceeding in which faith is good, it's very nice, but there are lots of skeptics. Richard Higgins, Sam Harris, Daniel Dennett, they all will smother in you. What faith? Experience. What experience? Ramakrishna is having experience. I'm not having it. Why should I believe what's he having? And what Sam Harris will say? He say, you know what? I have no doubt, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna, you are having an experience. I have no doubt. I have no doubt you're one with the universe. I have no doubt. But, you know what? There is that little in the hemisphere, there is a leakage of blood. And that blood is leaking out and influencing some little tumor, which is creating this sensation. You know what? They used to do LSD and all that. You must have heard his name. They would take that LSD to get that experience. Just like that, this is giving you an experience. I have no doubt you're having it. But it's not true. Why? Because I don't have that experience with you. So what I'm talking about, what is Vedanta saying? Experience or faith, both are okay, good, very nice. It doesn't work. But do we have any doubt that all of us are sitting here? Do we have that we are a human being? No. What is it? Very simple. Inquiry, logic. Go ahead, like a lawyer talks to a judge to prove my client is right. Like that, you have to take it up. And how do you do it? Does anybody have a doubt that we have a body? No. Everybody knows. Does anybody have a doubt that I can see, I can hear, I can touch, I can smell, I can taste? 5 senses, I can experience it. Why can't I do with that? This is what is Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta is talking about. How do you do that? Very simple. That Brahman, that infinite being, can, the Vedanta say, Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahma. But I don't feel like Brahma. And what do they say? Whatever you're doing, enjoying or suffering, it's because of your own karma. You have chosen your future. Vedanta is saying. How have I chosen? I don't remember God discussed with me about writing my future. You will say, every work that you do, every thought that you have, every word that you speak, don't think they're like that. We say what? I just said it. I just thought what? I'll get 48. Why did you think 48? Why not 53? Why 42? Why not 45? I don't know. Not focused. And this is what is the intention, is to create that great future by seeing, visualizing it. See it before you reach. You're going to Mumbai. Do you have any doubt? I'm going to Mumbai. I will reach. Tire bus cause injury to health. So what if there is a tire bus? I'll change the tire. Yeah? Look at the attitude now. Why? I can do anything. So the basic purpose of education and spirituality is to build a fortitude. I am not going to give up. And there are called sadhana chatushta. Tricky name, it's very simple to understand. Honestly, when I started off, Vivekananda said, couple IB with Vedanta. IB wasn't there in his days, but he has written the word couple Western science with Vedanta, Western science. So we are following the best of the Western science with Vedanta. I started thinking, how am I going to do that? I don't know anything about Vedanta. See, I'm a good fighter pilot. I'm a very good fighter pilot. CATI, FA, Federal Aviation, United States in Indian Air Force. I had done it. And soon I realized I'm zero. Okay, I've done a limited Excel here, but I'm not connected to who I am. And then soon enough, I could see, most of the people around, any countries, any people, I used to see what was my experience. They're very poor. They have money. But they're always thinking of only money. They're not thinking about that thing which cannot be bought by money. I'm saying, have money and have that thing which you cannot buy with money. Can you understand? In what? Everything. Anywhere, everywhere. When? Everywhere. Whatever time you choose. Why? Does the lion think I'm hungry, I'm not going to get food? He will get it. The baby has to just do one wah, and mommy will come running around. Why is it you and I think that, I know, but really, will God really come? So Vedanta is saying what? Tat Tomasi. Hey, you're monkey, you're not a monkey, you are that. Tat Tom Asi. Tat, you are that. That Brahman. You say it's very nice. How do I do it? Very simple. First, it's Viveka. Sadhana Chatushta, fourfold method. So first is Viveka. Vivekananda came from that name Viveka. Vivekananda, he used to, he picked up a tremendous relationship. Can you imagine his fortitude? He landed up in America, in Chicago. Somebody stole his purse and his passport, his invitation letter for the World Conference. Everything is gone. He didn't have a place to stay. I went and actually followed his track. How did he go? Where did he go? From there, where did he go? It was all documented by him itself and his disciples. See, he went to Hyde Park in Chicago. I went to Hyde Park. And he slept. There is a food vendor. So they have those huge baskets, these big baskets. And there are a lot of hay and all that. He slept in that basket because cold. Chicago is very cold. He put those hay around him, frozen in the morning. Now, in US, all of you know, you cannot have a vagabond. You cannot have hobos these days. They will be locked up into the jail. And he appeared like a hobo. And there is one lady. He got up, he was washing his face, and he was saying, praying to his Gurudev and Mother Saraswati and Divine Mother. I don't know what is it. You take care of me. There is this lady across the street. It's about, I would say, 100 meters almost, 300 feet wide, 8-track lane. From the other side, she saw that she was thinking of calling the police. Something happened to her. She came down all the way, crossed the street, came to Vivekananda. And when he looked at her, when she looked at him, she saw his orange clothes and things like that. Something happened. She said, have you come here for the religion conference? He said, yes, ma'am. He said, what are you doing here? Where is your invitation letter? There are accommodations and all. He said, somebody took it from me, everything. She smiled and said, come with me. And know who is she? She is the wife of the president of that conference. Just see how you get connected. She kept him with him, got him connected. He started to talk, including in Harvard those days. He gave a lecture in Harvard.
I have one question.
Sorry?
I have a question.
You watched him?
No. I want to ask.
Yeah, the question. Yeah.
Why it's happened to him?
Why?
Why it's happened to him? Like, why the passport and gold stolen?
Why was it stolen?
Yeah.
Okay. Meaning, why should there be cancer in Ramakrishna Paramahansa?
No.
Same question, no? Similar. Why does it have to happen to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning, why do great saintly people suffer? Why did Jesus' neck was chopped off? No? So, there are two answers to this. One is very simple, her answer. Every work that you do, it will. Buddha, 10,000 lives he recollected of it. I've got those books there. He was walking after Sarnath, after his enlightenment. For 14 days, he didn't speak a word. He was totally silent. Everybody came and said, please start telling us, what did you realize? He was glowing, but he will speak silent. Everybody said, why aren't you telling us something? What did you realize? So he said, if I say, they will not understand. So it is better to stay quiet. Now, they went, those devotees went and caught. He had 12-member team with who he started the journey. He tried all the practices, but then he left all of them and went all by himself to Bodhi Vriksha and got enlightened. They went to those, you all come and tell him, Bhikshus, please, since you traveled, practice for 10, 12 years together, he'll listen. So they came and said, no, you should speak, tell everybody. Even if one person changes, it's good, no? They went to Sarnath to speak. Now, after Sarnath speech, people started changing. And all the young boys and girls started to come thronging from Banaras. It's quite a bit distant. It almost by car takes about hour and a half, 2 hours. They all will walk down there and stay there with him. Sarnath became a great field. And the great business people and kings and rich people and pandits, their children would leave their family and go down and join him. So those people got very angry. Who this monkey trying to take away our children? So they said, let's kill him. So I'll tell you those stories some other time. But I'm just trying to bring about one answer to your question. They tried to, one day he was walking down and there are a little bit of mountains and all that, through a kind of a ravine from there. And they from top rolled down a big rock, which took some more rocks. And they were about 12, 15 bhikshus were walking. It will crush them. But the rocks in the air shattered. And all the particles got thrown away, except one particle came and hit Buddha's big toe. Right big toe. And it started festering, wound, won't heal. 2 years, terrible pain. Uttara, who was his favorite, one of the king, had loaned him his own medicine man. Those Ayurveda doctor. He realized that no other medicine can cure him except he had one special powder made out of pig. And he is a pure vegetarian. He, without telling him, gave it with honey. Buddha became okay. But he came to know. He knows everything. And he was so angry and upset with Uttara, he banished him. Uttara not allowed to come near him anymore. But he would stand outside and all. So they asked him first, why did that stone come and hit you? He said, you know what? He recollected 10,000 of his birth. He said, in one of the births, I was a white elephant. And the forest was on fire. Everybody was running. I was also running. Running to escape from fire. While running, one of the rabbits which was in front of me, I stepped on his tail. I don't know if you'll have seen a rabbit. If you pull his tail comes off. Another tail grows there. I used to do that. I used to catch many rabbits, goes to hunt. I used to catch them, I used to pull the tail, and I had a big string of rabbit's tail. It must be very lucky. You see many people in North, they put it in the car, rabbit's tail. Good luck. He said, the rabbit said, oof. Because of that one oof, I had to suffer this pain. So, two answers. One is, who has done what work, which has to come back to you, you do not know. Okay, that is one. Second thing is, which I was telling, that whatever you have done, you don't know. I don't know what I have done in the past, but I'm suffering right now. I don't want suffering. So, what is the statement Upanishad say? That all your duksha will go away. Suffering will go away. And Paramananda Prapti. You will attain. Meaning what? You have the power through the Vedanta to erase your past karma. That is one. Two. Second, Ramakrishna went ahead and had throat cancer. Jesus Christ, neck is chopped off. He knew it. 12 disciples, Last Supper, he said, one amongst you for 30 silver coin is going to deceive me. He knew it. But yet he went ahead. Why? So what they do, the great masters, just like the mommy does. Supposing sometime she has done something. Papa is very angry. Who has done it? You will go and say, I did it. Just to cover it up. She will learn a lesson. Mommy took the punishment from me. Or daddy will go and tell something like that. So just like that, the masters, they say it doesn't matter. I'll take it. So there is somebody called Girish Ghosh, who, whatever bad thing you can think of, what he has done it. And he is the first one who started Indian theatre maturing into cinema. Started in Bengal. and some other places also. Maharashtra was also one of them. But he started in Bengal. He became very famous. And he had all the actors, actresses all around him. He came to Paramahansa Ramakrishna. Everybody told him, don't accept it. He's very bad. And he said, why? Doesn't he have a right to change? So it is said, he has never said it, but many people have written it down, that he took all his bad work onto him. Where is the bad work going to go? Somewhere. He said, this body is not mine. So Turyananda, young brahmachari disciple, Hari Maharaj, later on to be known, comes in the morning at Kashipur, 3 days before his demise from the hell, comes and says, Thakur, how are you feeling today? So Paramahansa Ramakrishna said, can't eat. Throat cancer is the worst in a painful supposed to be. Can't eat anything. I can't swallow. Hari Maharaj said, imagine, young brahmachari, not even a sannyasi. He said, Maharaj, Thakur, you are in bliss. You're in happiness. Imagine. What a rude thing to say, somebody will say, no? Cancer patient about to die. But you know what Paramahansa Ramakrishna said? He said in Bengali, Shala dhore pheleche, meaning Salene pakad liya. Rascal has caught me. So what is it? There are certain eventualities which has to happen. Whatever you're creating today is what you're going to face tomorrow, 1 hour later. Or maybe next birth. We don't know. This is called boomerang karma. Karma has got many. Prarabdha karma, sanchita karma, boomerang karma, like that. So whatever you're suffering or enjoying, it's because of your work. So if you're suffering, do work to erase it. Not only yours, everybody else's. If you're enjoying because of your good work, share it with everybody. So, Jnanam Danena Vardhate. Vedantic statement. Knowledge will only increase if you give it to people. So now you know how selfish I am. I want my knowledge to go. If you want love, you have to give love. We say what? First you love me, then I will love you. If I see you love me selflessly, then I will love you. No. You love selflessly, your love will come. Look at it. Mahavir Jain, Guru Nanak, Guru Govind, Paramahansa, Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Ramana Maharshi, Jesus Christ. Take any name. They give what? Infinite love. Mother Teresa. Everybody criticized Mother Teresa. I have seen one full page Times of India article, an Indian Express article from Calcutta saying Mother Teresa is running funny institution, meaning they said it prostitution. They came to Mother Teresa and said, Mother Teresa, this is what they're saying. What do you have to say? Who's they? Those people who didn't want her to prosper. Mother Teresa said, how do I know my child? Bless them. Why don't you go and ask them? They will know better. She didn't justify, she didn't say anything. She just said, how do I know? What will a baby say? Supposing baby has broken a glass. You go and tell the baby, did you break the glass? Baby will look at you strangely. There's a beautiful poem in Bengali, long time ago. I remember in our childhood. Because the bottle of the oil is broken, you banish the child. And what about you when you break your country and make it into 3? This is the time when the partition war was going on. This poem was floating around in Bengal. There's something very nice. So now, Mary Hale, a great poet. Does that answer your question? Mary Hale, a great poetess, American poetess. She writes to Vivekananda, I understand. You say, God is everything. Just imagine, just think. I keep thinking of it. What magnetism, what charm did Vivekananda have that people like Mary Hayes? There is one it'll come to me, Jew Marriott or something. She was a great socialite, attending all big parties, the president and etc. Those days in America. She came to attend his talk. She liked his talk so much. When he went to England, she followed him, went to England. She came to India all the way. She's saying, she, as a socialite, very rich lady in America, used to travel around the world. She said, when I went to Russia and I met Tsar, I looked at Tsar and I said, what magnificent glory is this? How big he is. And she said, I felt how small I am. How big Tsar is, how small I am. She said, when I met Vivekananda, I said, how gigantic he is and how great I am. So notice the difference now? Through the spirituality, you make whether your children, your friend, your partner, your people around, all that bigger, make them feel great. Compassion. Just the other day, just one day back, somebody was telling me her sister is alone, single, spinster, and very irritable. Very good person, very good teacher, except for this irritability. Devoted her life in spiritual work, but she can't tolerate. Anybody says something, she'll snap. And she said, I am fed up of this snap. I said, listen, tell me one thing. Why is it that you are listening to her? She said, what to do? She's my sister. I said, why is it not that? You have to listen. Yes, she's your sister, but why is it that you have been placed to listen to her? Meaning divine connection. Why? She said, I don't know why. I have to make my life miserable, I suppose. I said, no, you're the only one who can make her all right. How? I said, ignore her fault. Don't see fault in other people. Remember? Onne those dekpina. The Holy Mother said, don't see the fault in others. See their greatness. And whatever the error and the fault, absorb it, just like you do of a baby. If you break the oil bottle, you don't curse the baby. You just wipe it off. Take care. What do grandmas say? Suppose you go and give a big complaint to the grandma. You are supporting him. Don't you know he's like this? And grandma said, "Theek ho jayega." Grandmother always said, "Theek ho jayega." Compassion. That compassion you used to. The Mary Hill said, I have understood you are saying God is everything. Vivekananda wrote back, said, no, I never said that. She said, what do you mean you never said that? Of course you said it. He said, no. And I want you to understand these words. They're so powerful, so simple, so short. He said, I said, everything is not. God alone is. Remember last Sunday I was talking to you, isness. We said this clock exists, this computer exists, I exist, you exist. Vedanta saying not existence. Isness. I am, you are, computer is, clock is. Isness is the existence, is an ocean. And that has chosen to become you. And chosen to create your family, your people, your company, your country. That we are born in India, it is the grace of the isness. That we're talking about Vedanta. You know what in the Vedanta folklore say? You cannot sit down to listen to Vedanta unless you have done great work in your past life. That's how you're getting connected, wanting to know. I didn't know anything about Vedanta. I started studying. Initially, I found it very tricky, very difficult. And suddenly, by the grace, I find it very simple, very easy, not tricky at all. So, with this, I will just cover those sadhana chaturshta, further those 4 points, and then we'll start our exercise and meditation. First is Viveka. You must be able to rationalize what is real, what is not real, and discriminate. You should know there is one supreme power. Call it nature, call it God, call it Allah, call it Brahman, call it you. It's there. The moment you realize that, you suddenly find the transitoriness of the money, the health, the property, the happiness, the joy. It's transient. What did Buddha say? Duksham, duksham, sarvam duksham. Anityam, anityam, sarvam anityam. It's not permanent. Shunyam, shunyam. Everything is zero. Sarvam shunyam. You will say, what a sad guy. No? Buddha? No, he goes there and said, wait, there is an answer for all this suffering. You can find the answer. Cure it totally. Then, next is Vairag, detachment. This is not permanent. So it is not mine. So, Viveka, Vairag. And then the third one has got, it's called the third law. And the third law has got hidden 6 laws. Sadhana Chatushta's third one has got 6 hidden ones. The masters, great rishis, and did a little trick there. They're called Shama, Dhamma. Shama is what? Restlessness of mind to calmness of mind. Calmness. Mind is running here, running here, running here, running here. So what do you do? Through the meditation, what are you doing? Anchoring your mind to the breath. Anchoring in the mind, meaning, supposing somebody is running past and you try to hold on to him, he will be either dragged, or if you're very strong, you'll stop it, depending on how big, how weight, how small, right? When you anchor your mind, which is mind is running here, running there, running there, you anchor it with what? With your breath. So simple. This is why in the ancient yoga they say, Sansi Hanumane, Hanumanji. What does it mean? Pavan Putra. What does it mean? Think. Rama could not cross the ocean. Of course, it is considered his Leela, whatever it is. As per that story, he couldn't cross. But Hanumanji went on top of the mountain and said, Jai Sri Ram. And he crossed. How? Just one name. You know, there is one human being was sent after they won Sri Lanka, came back, and one person wanted to take some message of Rama to Vibhishan. Vibhishan was that time king of, meaning Ravana is no more, and Kumbhakarna and everybody is dead, and Vibhishan is going down. So to Vibhishan, Rama sent a message through a messenger. So Rama's blessing, he went off. Now when he's supposed to come back, how is he going to cross 100 Yojana ocean? So Vibhishan gave him a piece of paper and said, hold on to paper, not paper, leaf. Those days, leaf, no paper. You hold this paper in your hand and you can walk over the ocean. He said, really? He said, yes. Only thing, one thing. Don't look at that. What is in that? Leaf. Keep it holding onto your hand. And he started and he walked. And he was walking on top of the water. Imagine. And somewhere halfway through he said, is it great? How is it? Let me see. His curiosity, he opened his hand and he found in the leaf it is just written Sri Ram. The moment he saw it, and he said, only one name, and he sang. And luckily Rama came and recovered him. But this is the power of that, the devotion we're talking about. Not blind faith, but just like a baby has faith, mommy will give me. Somehow, that kind of an understanding. Now, Viveka, Vairag, Shata Sampatti, Shama, calmness of mind, Dhamma, sensual control and motor control. All your hands, motors, they're moving all the time. Have you noticed? There are many people, you will see if you watch them, students or anybody, adult, they're always doing like this, moving leg, hand is like this, with a pen, continuing doing like this. Restless. Shuddhama, sensual control, also motor control. Then titiksha. Titiksha, a little while ago I talked about. Fortitude, spiritual fortitude. If I have chosen, I will do it. Then uparati. Uparati is, instead of senses going out, I collect it and bring it within. Not outwards, inwards. So the success is not out there, success is in here. Uparati, settle down. Then is shamadhana. Samadhana is, now that you've collected it, focus it. Once you focus it, you will see the goal. You know, telephoto lens or wide angle lens. See both together. Possibility, featuring. And then is shraddha, respect. You must have respect. When you go to a physics teacher and the physics teacher professor is teaching, you don't say she's telling lies. You don't say that book is written all fault. You have faith. You may not understand it. So what do? You tell the teacher, I'm not understanding it. Teacher said, here's the book, sit with it. Sit in the library, sit calmly. Don't talk. Just listen to it, read it, listen to it, meditate on it, think of it. It'll come. It'll come to you. So you be still and you will attain that oneness, discovering of who is this, what is the secret of that physics, or who am I? You know, Mark Twain, a very famous person, he said, he is one of the great followers of the Vedantists. He said, it is not what you don't know what gets you into trouble. It is not what you don't know what gets you into trouble. It is what you know which is wrong which gets you into trouble. So what gets us into trouble and suffering? We think we are like this, we are this. So what is this journey? Is to discover who I really am and everything in my life, make it happen. You know, the other day, Thomas Cup, I told you all, what did I do? The trick, I'm telling you, sharing with you again and again. Make it happen in your life again and again. What did I do? How did I say to Tapliyal sir and all Sunday? Match was going on. Vijay and Tapliyal sir, I said, just watch. India is going to win today. Outright. India won. Outright. Never happened. I just saw it. India dancing, jumping, win, gold medal. I just saw it. Meaning visualize it. I planted it there. I champion. Come, you can. So, visualize. In your life, whatever you're selecting, what is that 56 out of 56, 45 out of 45 does? It makes you visualize it. First, it will tell you, me. Yeah. Then he will say, maybe what sir has said. After all, those guys have done it. You know what had happened? Something beautiful. Tanishka got 56 out of 56. Ananya got 55 out of 56. Both of them were very close to each other. Tanishka came with her parents to thank me, pay her respect. Ananya came to me also 4-5 days later. Came alone and said, sir, you monkey, don't share it with anybody, okay? This is a secret for you to understand something. She came and said, sir, why did I not get 56? I worked for it. Why did I not get it? What's the answer? I said, very simple. She's already in DP1. I said, how much are you going to get in DP2? She said, 45. I said, how sure are you? Sir, I'm not going to make a mistake. I said, you know one thing? You will get 45. I'm telling you, just watch, she'll get 45. She finished her exam. Result will be out first week of July or so. I said, you know what? You will get 45. Then why didn't I get 56? I said, tell me one thing. When you wrote that 56 all around, and when you used to look at it, did you have this certainty in your mind that I will? She looked down and she said, I said, you monkey, that's the reason. So believe what you speak, what you talk. Walk what you talk. Management says so. Walk your talk. and then talk your walk. Now, so Shraddha, respect for what you're hearing. So what are the three simple methods? But the last one of the four, what is it? Viveka Vaira, don't get confused. The third one is sixfold in one point. Called Sadhana Chatushta, 4. Viveka Vaira, last one is Mumukshatta, Mumukshatta, Mumukshatta. What does that mean? Mumukshatta means I am going to persevere till I attain my goal. I'm not going to give up on the way. Right? 6 handicapped kids. Recently, it happened. They were going in for a just 30 meters race. Handicapped children hardly can wobble and walk. And they were racing. Who can get 30 meters end? One of them fell down. She started crying. Girl, child. The other 5, they stopped. They looked back. Actually happened. Delhi. They came back. They picked up that girl and all 6 hand in hand finished the race. Everybody in the audience stood up and clapping and were crying. This is called that. We will finish it. But together. See, one finger is okay, powerful, good. But when you make a fist, it's strong. So with this, there is this sessions what we do, Vedantic session to make it come true. You have to have this purity. Tell the truth, sadhana chatushta. Hold on to that. Third one has got 6 hidden in it. Very simple. Basically, they're action words. Action words is like what? Control your senses, control your mind, and goes ahead and tells you Shama, Dama, Titiksha. Hold on to it. It's a mental frame of action. Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhana. Now, with this, you have to have 3-4. One is Shravanam. Vedantic, all lessons is Shravanam. Listen. What does Sir have to do? He's already almost realized master. Sir, he's a very Greek person. Comes all the way from Aund, driving down himself. He doesn't miss a Sunday. This Shravanam. Listen and read. Either listen from like our session or read or both. Then manana, reflect, ask questions, clarify doubts, and sit on it. Like what did the physics teacher say? Didn't understand it. Read the book, sit down, listen to these, play, example, experiment. It'll come to you. Manana, reflection. And then Nididhyasanam. After that, we do that meditation in which what you reflected, what you asked, reflect on it and sit on it, meditate. It will happen. It will come. Chant with me silently or loudly as you wish. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May each one of you be protected with the Supreme Kalpa Yogi Mahavadar Babaji's blessings. Hold your hand and guide you, protect you from adversities, remove all your obstacles, and take you from this state of multiple division, devised self to oneness. No separatedness to oneness of realization. To Krishna, Yogakshema Vaham Vaham, Divine Mother, Jagat Janani, Brahma Rupi Mother, Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara, blessings of Paramahansa Yogananda. Protect us, guide us, hold our hand. Sri Yukteswar Giri Lahiri Mahasaya, bless us so that we may attain that oneness with you as the supreme Turiya conscious state that you gurus are there, always guiding us silently, ever present. Swami Sri Vivekananda, Holy Mother Sharada, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sure.